Alright, YouTube, this right here is my nephew Jeremiah. I just cut his hair and we did a comb over. We did a shadow fade on the sides with shear work on top, and we edged him up, giving pointed sideburns. I hope you enjoyed this haircut tutorial. This is my nephew right here. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, get those comments going. Tell me what you think about this haircut. We did a fading down technique all the way down to a half, and we tapered the back out. I'm actually on vacation right now in San Antonio, Texas, so I decided to do a haircut tutorial on my man right here. You want to say anything, Jeremiah, to the people out there? Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Alright, y'all stay tuned. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Right here I'm using my Wall Magic cordless clippers, and I have the number 2 guard on right now with the lever all the way open. I'm going to do like a 2.5 and all the way to the ridge of the comb over. Wherever his hair parts off to, it's going to be a 2.5 in that area. Lever all the way open. And then we're going to start working our way down because I'm going to do the fading down technique. My nephew think he cute, man. He was feeling himself on that camera. So when you work your way down, you have 3 times that you move the lever. So you put it in the middle and then you close it all the way. And then there's some in between, what I like to call lever play. You might have to just flick the lever a couple times just to get out like a dark spot, but it's mainly the open middle close technique that I work with, and it works for me. So right here I have the number 1.5 guard on. There is a 1.5. It's not the one with the lever open, because that's also a 1.5 as well, but I actually have a 1.5 guard, and I use the Wall Premium guards. They fit so snug with wall clippers. And right here I slowed it down because when you're cutting kids' hair, they get real distracted sometimes, you know, real quickly. Something on TV, something that just got said in the shop or whatever, and they tend to like turn as you're cutting, right? So I just wanted to show you that you just gently grasp the client's head, the kid, and kind of turn them in the direction that you want to cut him in. And that's why I have my opposite hand on the top of his head, because I'm basically controlling his head. So whenever that client sits down in my chair, whether it's a kid, adult, teenager, I always get full control of the head. You can like kind of squeeze sometimes at the top to let the client know like, hey man, stop moving. But you know, take control of the client. That way you're comfortable and your client's comfortable. And that just shows the client that you know what you're doing, right? Alright, so I'm sorry I got off track, but so I went from the 1.5 guard to the 1 guard, lever open, put it in the middle, and then close it. And then I went all the way to my half guard, lever open, put it in the middle, and then close it. And I gradually, that's a long crazy word, gradually, fade, like move down as I'm going down with the guards. So right here now I have the lever closed with the half guard on, and I'm just taking all the bottom hair off because, you know, that's the shadow I wanted to. That's the level I wanted to on the bottom. And I call this a shadow fade just because you're able to see line work. You're able to see a detailed neckline, a detailed shape up, you know, around the C-cup area, the sideburns. You can still see a detailed line. So that's what's called a shadow fade. It's to the length of a half, a 0.5. And then now I'm just going back and detailing my work. By the way, this is my nephew Jeremiah, my brother's son, my older brother's son. He's 8 years old and still a pain in the butt. He's doing good. He's playing flag football right now. He's doing real good in school. Alright, so what you do to one side, you do to the other, right? Right there, that's a 2 guard. I'm sorry, the 3 guard, because I wanted to remove some bulk. So I have the 3 guard on, lever all the way open, and I'm just working my way down into the 2 guard. So on and so forth. Now the 1.5 guard. Notice how I'm twisting and turning his head. I'm in full control. I'm turning my client how I want his head to be positioned, and it helps you. It makes your job easier. It makes the cut a lot quicker, and it's better, right? It's beneficial for both people, both parties. But it can be difficult to cut kids' hair. That's why I did this video. Around this age and lower, they're kind of active and real energetic. So you just got to keep them entertained. You have to be a kid all over again. And I'm sorry, but I'm an adult, but I'm a kid at heart. So I love cutting kids' hair. They are the future. Straight up, they are the future. So I take care of the kids, man. Take care of them. Right here, I'm on the half guard. I'm already working all the way down. The reason why I didn't go to the lever all the way open is because his hair was already getting light, and I wanted to do a detailed line. So I figured if I went with the lever open all the way, I thought it would be too short. So I just went with the half guard. Alright, now I'm lining him up with the Slimline Pro LIs. And no, I don't zero gap them. I just adjust them to my liking and where I can use them on adults and kids as shown here. And we're going to do needle points or pointed sideburns, however you want to call it, ice picks. So many different terms for the sideburn area. It looks like I'm hurting his neck, but I could not see where I was at, so I had to kind of like turn him just a little bit further to get some light on his head, and that way y'all can see what I'm doing. But he's alright. His neck is okay. Coming out real crispy. That's before the razor. And I'm not going to spend too much time right there because I am going to detail it with the razor, so no need to be going over and over and over and irritating the client's skin or making it red. Alright, so now we're going to get into some shear work. And I'm starting from the right side of the client's head and working my way over because of the way of his hair is combed. And I made my guideline in the front. And you don't want to cut the front too short because the shape of the client's head in the front is normally shorter, so when you leave that a little bit longer, it gives the illusion that the mid section and the back area of the client's head is even because you cut that shorter and let the front a little bit longer, if that makes sense. You gotta pay attention to the shape of the client's head and cut it the way it gives the illusion where the front is longer and then the back, because you definitely don't want the back longer than the front. You want it to kind of look proportionate as well, even. So if you leave it longer and then it's too long, you can still take hair off. You can't put it back on. So trial and error. You always go higher. That way you can take hair off if you need to. Alright, so right here I'm doing shear over comb on the side just to blend that in a little more. And then I come back with my thinning shears. And with the thinning shears, you want to make sure you just cut the tips and you travel with it. You don't want to stay in the same spot. Right here I drop my comb. Look at that. Flip it around. Oh, I'm back, baby. I had to slow that down a little bit. I dropped my comb, y'all, and I caught it and I like spun it. But you didn't see the spin. It just you can tell that I was twirling my comb. So I caught it in the direction where I needed to comb it to do the shear over comb. That was pretty cool. Anyways, let's move on. Right here I'm using my duck clips to pin the hair up because I'm going to remove some hair in the front. Make sure that edge can pop. When you lower it down, it makes the edge, look cleaner when you take away the long hairs. So right here I'm using my Slimline Pro LIs and this trimmers, and I'm just creating the edge up. Starting from the middle, going to the left, and then go back to my right. Look at him, look at me. Look at him, look. Oh man, he was like, yo, 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 don't push it back. Don't push me back, bruh. That's what he was like. No line brackets over here. As you can tell right there, y'all thought I was going to take it to that dark spot, but you can see his edge, and I'm going to show you, watch. At the end of this tutorial, you're going to see it. It's going to look dark when I put that razor on it. You see that corner's kind of light? I don't want to push it to that far, so you'll see. Always stay natural, y'all. Keep it crisp. Alright, now we're going to put the hard part in. That's the line where it parts off to the long side. You can see on this side too, where its edge is, it's kind of light, but when I put that razor on it, it looks nice. I can't always cut my nephew's hair. He lives in San Antonio, Texas. I live in Florida, but I had the opportunity. I was there on vacation, so, and he was going back to school. It was just perfect timing. So I don't know what previous barber or who cut his hair last, but it's kind of a little pushback, so, but we fixed it. No biggie. I put some 245 on him, and then we're gonna start doing the straight razor for the edge. He was looking fly though on his first day of school. Looking real fly. Right here I'm going with the grain. Cutting those long hairs that are hanging over his edge up. Make sure I'm taking those off as well. And he has a lot of forehead hair, so if a kid has a lot of forehead hair, kind of like attached to his edge, if you know what I mean. I know y'all seen that. Remove those baby hairs, like, or ask the parent at least, and more than likely they're gonna be like, all right, you know, cool. If it look better, do it. You can just use a trimmer. You don't have to use a razor. He's a little older, so I use the razor around his forehead area and all that. All right, right here I'm just using some Hair Evolution pomade. Given by my boy Eric Showtime when I was in San Antonio, Texas. He's one of their distributors, and I actually like this product. It stayed in his hair. It also held his hair in the direction that I combed it, you know, all day. So, and it has like a wet look to it as well, like a shine. So it looked good. It looked good. All right, so right here, whenever you put the product in, you comb it to how you want it or how the client wants it. You might see some imperfections as far as like hair sticking up or whatever. So just go back and detail your work. Take the time to detail. Right here I'm doing clip over comb and just kind of getting those hairs that are sticking out of nowhere, I guess you could say. And that's unnecessary. So just detail that and get those long hairs. This is a finished product, y'all. I hope you like it. Make sure you subscribe, share, and comment. Team Gifted, stay gifted.